Hello, this is Iman and welcome back to another Python tutorial video. In this video, we'll learn how to use variables, lists, tuples, and inputting. So first, let's learn about variables. Variables are an essential part of coding with Python. Here's an example of one. So you have to set something equal to a word. So you're setting phone equal to item. You're storing the value phone into the word item. So that's a basic example of a variable, but let me go more into depth with that. Let's say we had a story here, and if you read through it, it's kind of morbid, but if you read pillow, if you wanted to change pillow to phone, you'd have to change it manually, and that would take a long time. But not if you use variables. If you can actually change something like that from the top. So let's say we set pillow equal to the word item. So then we could actually add that. We would add in item plus item. Then you would add it every time you see pillow inside of that. Item. And then again, you would add it here. Item. Let me fix the little mistake I made here. I forgot to add the plus mark here. So now that's fixed. Now if you run this, it's still pillow, but if you wanted to change it to phone, like in the example before, you can press that, change this up here to phone. It changes everything else to phone too. So there's a lot of time saved if you just do that. It's much faster than doing it manually. And that is a little introduction to variables. Now next we're doing lists. So an example of a list is this. And I'm just going to name some colors here. Oh, also remember to put the square brackets, because that's how you know for sure it's a list. If you put the parentheses, then it's a tuple. So magenta, that's my first color. Purple, red. So that is my list. If we wanted to print out this list, we would do a string, or not a string, we would just print out the variable colors. Now, I press run, it prints out the list down here. But if we wanted to, let's say we wanted to index them, like which one was the first one in the list, we would do a square bracket here, then we would do whatever number we want. But also keep in mind, magenta is 0, not 1, purple is 1, and red is 2. So if we wanted to print out purple, we would write 1 inside of that, and as you can see, it prints out purple. But if we wanted to do another function with this, over here we can write colors dot append. If we wanted to add another thing inside of the list, let's say the color orange, we could press print up here, run, and orange is added to the list, just like that. But if you wanted to remove something from the list, you could press you could write in remove, and then whatever element you want to remove. Let's say we wanted to remove magenta. We would press run in the corner, and magenta is removed, just like that. Those are some 2 basic list functions. If you want to do some more, then there's more. You can just look them up on your search engine. But now we're going into tuples. So an example of a tuple is like a list, but you put in parentheses instead of square brackets around it. So if you wanted to do a list like mammals, is equal to, and raccoon is squirrel, and I'm gonna do a bat. Those are all mammals. But the main difference between tuples and lists is that if you want to print out, if you want to mutate it, if you want to add another one onto it, you can't do that. You can remove anything or really do anything like that. All you can do that with tuples that you can also do with lists is index them. So you would just do that the same way. Print mammals. Oh, also, always remember to write the variable exact. Put the square bracket and whatever number you want to be chosen to be printed out, Let's say I wanted to print out raccoon. This is the same way as it would be in the list functions. So this would be 0, this would be 1, and this would be 2. So anyway, you would just print it out, and it would print out raccoon. So that is a simple definition of tuples. You won't see tuples as much as you will of lists. They're not used as much, probably because you can't really do stuff as easily as you would in lists. And now we get into inputting. So an input is when you basically ask the user's opinion, kind of. So let's say you wanted to ask something like, what is your name? ? So if you run that program, it would ask you, what is your name? And my name is Iman, as mentioned before. And if you want to, you can actually make that equal to a word. So, name. And you can actually insert the value that you got from the user into a story. So let's say I wanted to print out something like, okay. Then you would add in that variable. My name is computer. Now, I would print that out again. It asks me what my name is. And as mentioned before, my name is Iman. Then it says, and it inserts my answer into the program there. So, okay, Iman, my name is computer. That's just a little bit of inputting, but if you want to do a little fun thing that I learned, you can actually do a Mad Lib. You might have heard of Mad Libs. This is an example of a Mad Lib. Basically, if there's a noun, you would write in a noun where it says noun under there. And if there was a verb, you would write in a verb and an adjective and all that. And it's actually kind of funny sometimes. The idea is that you don't look at the rest of it, you just look at the noun part. You add in a noun. So let's say we added in something like phone. It was Thanksgiving, and the scent of succulent roast phone wafted through my house. That's kind of a silly sentence. So here's an example of a Mad Lib, or something, it's a little story you can do with inputting. So let's say you wrote in nouns are often known to be adjective party guests. So then if you want to, you can actually do inputting in this. So you can do a value is equal to enter a noun. Like so. Input. Please enter a noun. And then you can do the same thing with adjective. Now you can add in the variables inside of the sentence. So noun, then you can add plus like this. So if I print this out, if I run this program, please enter a noun. So I'm going to enter, oh wait, I'm going to say plural noun. It would make more sense if I said plural noun. Plural noun. Anyway, okay, so please enter a noun. Lamp. Please enter an adjective. Soft. Lamps are often known to be soft party guests. So I meant to put an S there, but you get the idea. It's kind of a funny sentence, just like that example of a Mad Lib was with a succulent roast phone. And that's kind of a little example of inputting. And you can probably make a better Mad Lib than I did here. So you can go try that if you want. And thank you for watching.